Previously on Hunting with Tripler.
A stack of laptops here. Looks like I've got about 6 of them here, 5 of them there. A lot of really good hard drives.
What is happening, folks? Tripler here. I'm starting to see garage sales opening up all over Southern California. And I decided to get out of my comfort zone and get away from Long Beach. And I found a few treasures along the way. You don't want to miss today's episode.
I collect so many things. Would you like to share this journey with me? I will show you the prizes I got today. So come along with me, come on and join the chase. Yeah!
Well, folks, in today's episode, I found a lot of decent stuff to sell. And what's nice about it is that I got outside of my comfort zone. I went about 15 miles away from Long Beach and just found a whole bunch of nice communities having random sales. All of the people I'm used to seeing all the time weren't anywhere close by, which is good for me because it sort of changes up the scenery and it allows me a chance to just relax a little bit. I did go to probably 6 or 7 sales, maybe even more than that. Many items that I did pick up have already sold, so you'll see that in today's episode. And I always say this, folks, but if you like the content, if you're enjoying yourself, or if you think this journey is worth being a part of every single week, I would love for you to hit that like button or be a subscriber. That said, let's hit it. Okay guys, I gotta hustle on this one. So there's a message on OfferUp I sent to a guy who had just looked like or appeared to be just a box of random video game stuff. And I couldn't tell everything that was in there, but there was enough based on what he was pricing it at to say, all right, that's worth it. Plus, let's hope there's some additional goodies in there to really set this off. So I'm on my way to go pick this up. It's, like I said, it's $100 worth of video game goodies. And I'm not sure if I'll recap it today, but I'll definitely be recapping it for you guys here shortly so you can see how fantastic this $100 purchase is going to be. Oh, by the way, he did say first come, first serve, meaning there's probably been 15 other people who have messaged him. So that's why I've got to run quick, get to the goods.
All right, folks, this is everything that I picked up in that deal yesterday for $100. And it definitely was worthwhile, and I'm going to break it down for you as quick as possible. But there was a lot of surprise with this because he basically showed me a box full of jumbled wires and controllers with what appeared to be a GameCube, an N64, and a couple of PSPs. I had no idea the PS2 Slim was there, and the games I couldn't even guess. So the only things that didn't come with this silver edition is these two were mine, so those were not a part of the deal. However, the Animal Crossing memory card is there, which is great. This has been tested and it works. The PS2 Slim has been tested and it works, and it's also the model where it's just the standard infinity plug, which is awesome. And it has 5 controllers. All 5 of them have been tested and they work, which is just shocking to me, because there's always something wrong, and I can always use PS2 controllers to bundle with consoles like this that I get. So that's great. This was a nice pickup too, because I can always get about $100 for this, but unfortunately I'll get less than that because that big, huge gap is right there. Crack on the side with a bunch of plastic missing. So if anyone knows where I can buy a replacement shell, please let me know. It did come with the OEM power adapter and the OEM AV cable, so that was nice. 2 games that are not good games. And then for the PSP, there actually was one really great game. It's Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi Tag Team. I've seen random comps on that. I'll have to do a bit more research. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, this actually has been resurfaced and it works, and that's probably worth $10-15. Not worth anything. It's empty. It's empty. It's empty. So what appeared to be a lot full of really awesome games, totally empty. I didn't even know those were in there, so the fact that they were there when I picked it up, even though they were empty, I was like, oh man, this is great! And then when they weren't, I couldn't be too disappointed. 2 PSPs, the white one is not really working. It has some bad pixels in this corner of the screen, and it just it's not responding very well. You can turn it on, and that's a good thing. This one is working, but the screen does not really like, to be honest, I'll tell you what happened. I dropped it, and the screen is responding accordingly, where it appears like it's powered on, which you can see there, but it's not doing anything. So pretty sure I broke this, which is not great. And then it did come with the power cable. It came with a Wii U gamepad power, which is great. And then this is also an AV cable for a PS1 or a PS2. So I got all that for $100, and between probably the GameCube all by itself is worth $100. Those two as parts, I'll probably get close to maybe $60. The PS2, I lot with a couple of random PS2 games, and maybe I'll grab one or two of those controllers and I'll get over $100. The N64, I'll probably get 50 or 64 in its condition. So I would say in total, when you kind of add everything up here, I'm probably going to be around 300 to 340, depending upon some of these games and maybe some value on those cases, or I'll just keep the cases until I find the games. Yesterday we had the sweet $100 gaming pickup, and now we're going to a Friday garage sale. What? That never happens. Let's check this out. $25. How about $20? 25. Oh man. Well, that experience was not what I thought or wanted it to be. It was a very junky sale. They had stuff really just thrown out everywhere. I'm guessing they bought a storage locker and they're just unloading stuff via a garage sale. And regardless if it was from a storage locker or it was their own personal items, the thing that was obvious is they didn't know if anything worked. And that kind of tells you right out of the gate that if you're going to stick to your number and you don't know if something works, then you probably, as a reseller, you want to walk away from that deal. Just because garage sales are opening back up and you as a reseller are anxious to get out there, don't do something like buying things at a higher price than what they're worth. Know the value of these items so that when you go to look them up afterwards, if you're someone who looks them up while you're there, or if you're someone that ends up identifying them later, be mindful of your margins. Don't push yourself just because garage sales are opening back up. Don't take the path of, I gotta get something. It's not worth it. A whole bunch of media. Sweet.
Apparently it's Father's Day tomorrow, so she let me start late.
How much are you looking for that?
Renee, the PlayStation?
I don't know, make me an offer.
How's it going this morning?
So far, pretty good.
Awesome.
Still looking for stuff.
I'm doing all right. Yeah, thank you for asking.
It seems like it's real sticky or something.
It is. It's a little unusual.
A little muggy.
Yep.
Muggy.
I agree. Sweet. I paid up for this. I think it'll be worth it. Well, those look pretty cool. I bought all this cool stuff. Transformers. We spent $29 on all this. Very happy.
what kind of books? Oh, how much? Well, the big hardback Harry Potters are, the paperback's $25 and the Harry Potter's $1.
$1. Okay, cool, thanks. So I got these Harry Potter books for $3.50. Morning.
Morning. When was the last time I tried it? Yeah. We plug it in.
Good morning.
How much is the chair, Phillips chair?
750. Yeah, $3,000 usually.
Everything?
Jared.
Jared. Pricing.
Yeah, or Jared, you're in charge too.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Sweet vintage North Face jacket. Epic. How much would you like for
my
the
goodness.
DVDs?
Okay, let's see. What, $8? $1 piece.
Okay guys, we are now back in the warehouse after having dropped everything off, and the pickups were really very good for what I would say is my first real weekend of garage sailing, whereas the other two that I've tried, they were really a bust. I spent a total of $168 for everything that I'm gonna show you. In total, I'm gonna have a really very strong return. There's definitely a decent amount of work to be done here, but let's walk through left to right what I've got, and you guys tell me what you think of the pickups.
Well, why don't we just start on the floor here? So I am kind of crazy. I pick up Dyson vacuums as long as they're in working condition. And you can see here that this particular Dyson needs a bit of a cleanup. I usually empty out the receptacle here and try to just do a decent wipe down of everything and then just sell it locally. Depending upon the model, I usually get between, I don't know, $60 to $100 per vacuum. So it was a no-brainer. I got that for $5. This Kenwood I paid up on. He wanted, I think he wanted $60. And I said, hey, look, I will give you $25 right now out the door. And he agreed. It was relatively early too. I took a chance on this too. It is new in the box. And I just figured that some of these older Kenwood stereos, CD players, they tend to actually hold some kind of nostalgic value to it, I think. I found 0 new comps, so I only found used comps for about $40, but this being new, I'm gonna try to put like $125 on it and see what happens. It was a media day. I got a lot of media. I think the Pink Panther sealed mite, Man of La Mancha sealed mite, these two Muppets, I think I paid $1 total for those. I think I paid maybe $1 for this. And again, I think I paid maybe $1 for the cops. This, if it was in better condition, maybe this has a little bit of value, but probably not much. This is an unknown. I just couldn't find anything on it. It's a double pack VHS. If you're out there and you see DVDs of Three's Company, pick them up. They go for really good money. And instead of selling these individually, I'm gonna lot them all together. I am missing, I think, season 7, but I found every other season in there. So I'm gonna lot those together and sell those. Whose line is it anyway? I think I spent probably like 50 cents on that, but I think it sells for only like $6 or $7. So not a great pickup there. The Harry Potters, if you get an entire set of the softbound or hardbound, then there's really good money to be made on this. I think between these 5 books, I spent $1 a piece, so it wasn't bad. The Little Golden Book series is actually really, it's a nice thing to lot up on eBay. And there's just so many different kinds. I mean, there's Disney, there's holiday, there's religion. I mean, it's just a massive set. So I'll probably lot all those together and put maybe like $50 on it, and I'll probably get it really quick. Some other electronics, TI-83 Plus. Some of these Sony vintage Walkmans sell pretty good. Actually, that's just a radio. This is the Walkman. One iPhone, and actually I have another iPhone 5. It's charging over on the side. It's locked, unfortunately. I haven't tested this one. I haven't tested these two either. These are 2 iPods. Webcams are still really popular. This is a Microsoft webcam. I think between the 2 of these, I spent $4. So it was kind of a no-brainer. These Bose speakers were in just terrible condition. I think I spent $5 total on those. This, I ended up spending, I think, that plus some of these other electronics here. I think I paid up. This is a G.I. Joe helicopter. I don't know exactly what it's called, so forgive me for not knowing. But anyway, I'll if I can piece this together, I will. Otherwise, I'll sell as is and probably put like $10-15 on that. That's for my son, because he's totally into soccer right now. And the PS3, she said, how much do you want to pay? I was like, how about $10? I got the PS3 for $10. And then these here were a solid pickup. The Optimus Prime is the one that's worth the most. These 2, the Bumblebee and Sideswipe, are not nearly as valuable. They're still worth money, but not nearly as valuable. And then Jazz is probably the least valuable of all 3 of them. I think I spent $30 on all of those. This North Face jacket is fantastic. Check that out. This is in great condition. It's a ski jacket and it's so nice. I think it's cool. I think it's vintage, probably like either early 2000s. I doubt it's from the 90s, but either way, I paid $10 for it. I'm probably gonna put like 75 or 80 on it, and I think I'll probably get that, but I am gonna wait. And then a whole bunch of books. So I spent $20 on all of these books, and I was stoked. I just basically saw a whole stack of kids books, and I've been doing pretty well selling lots of kids books. So probably what I'll do is I'll break these down by size and pretty much sell them as is. So you see a stack here, this stack of similar sized books, I'll probably put together. The Ramonas I'll put together. If I can lot them into similar sizes and ship them off via media mail, I'll show them what I've got and just hope for a quick sale. Since I spent $20 on these, I'm probably hoping to get between 50 to 75 in return. So I would call that definitely worth my time. I'm trying to think if there's something else I'm missing, but when you add kind of everything up, it ended up being $168. But I felt very good about the return, because I think if I'm just saying it out loud, of course we'll do the budget breakdown, but I think if I'm doing the math in my head, I'm hoping here to get somewhere around, $600 to $800. That's my goal, but we shall see what happens.
All right, folks, and that was today's episode. Garage sales opening back up have been fantastic for business, led by the Kenwood car stereo system, and it will be closely followed by the Threes Company DVD set that I paid $8 for. It was so nice to be out there again and seeing the number of quality garage sales going up. Now, one thing to note, I'm definitely seeing a decrease in my overall sales, and so I've had to counter that with listing a lot more than I normally have been. I will list anywhere between 10 to 20 items a day, and now over the past couple of weeks I've been averaging closer to 25 to 30 a day, and I've had to do that in order to just get my sales back to above what I want them to be. So it's important that you're doing anything you can to maintain high level sales, but during this time things are just so uncertain, you never know, and I just kind of go with it as best as I can. The warehouse is definitely starting to fill out. I'm really excited about how this place is shaping up. It's not just a reselling center, it's also a creative outlet for myself. And as this place starts to develop into something much more than what it is now, I can't wait to show you. And as you're seeing up here behind me, that is my office. Soon enough, I will be taking videos, my intro and my outros up there. Not like that's that big of a deal, but I've always wanted there to be this sort of specific backdrop. And though I've kind of had this as my placeholder for now, it's gonna get even better. So folks, again, thank you guys for stopping by. Thanks for joining me. I always appreciate you being here and being a part of the conversation. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Next time on Hunting with Tripler. A set of 1991 Upper Deck baseball